Welcome to Coach's Corner, everyone. I'm your host, Paul Tripoli, Coach Trip to my players. I coached defense for about 20 years here. My good friend, Mark Hobley, and local sports report. Coach Hobbs coached a couple places, mainly PHS for over 20 years and taught. So we're doing local sports in the high school football. It is week 3 here in the Panhandle. Beautiful Emerald Coast, where we have good football, Hall of Famers, and guys that go to Division I every single year, usually around 6 to 8, sometimes more, sometimes less. Let's start out week 3 picks. We got 8 games to pick from, and let's start out with tonight's game. Northview 0-2 at Tate 1-1. It's the Summerford Bowl, the Summy Bowl. That's right, number 2, Summy Bowl 2. Wes and his Chiefs beat his older brother Rhett and Tate last year. And now we were talking about this off air. I had 3 older brothers, and when you end up beating your older brother, watch out for the next game. A little redemption. Revenge in my older brother's eyes, but redemption. I talked about redemption to my players. Never use the word revenge because it's a negative connotation and it's not right. But redemption, to redeem yourself from how you played the year before, the week before, and that's going to be on marketablesports.live. That's right. Johnny Mays and Coach David Wilson will be doing the game tonight. I believe the game is at Pete Jindal Stadium. Now it's called
Carl Madison Field at Pete Jindal Stadium in downtown Gonzales, Florida. God's country, folks. They'll be packed out there. Should be a very good game tonight. Tate's
going to take it.
Well, yeah, we're probably leaning toward Tate in that game there.
Yep.
And speaking of marketable sports, those guys are doing the game in Fort Walton Beach, Rutherford and Panama City. Panama City, Rutherford, and Fort Walton Beach tomorrow night. Marketable Sports. They do a great job. Great quality. And
they do. Tune into them, guys.
Yes, sir.
Great high school. They pioneered streaming high school local football.
Right. If you can't make it out to the game tonight, out to downtown Gonzales, please check them out on Marketable Sports. And while you're peeking at the Kansas City Chiefs, I get it.
Back and forth. That's all. Yeah. Watch one on your tablet, which is what I do, and watch the game on TV. All right, next game, let's tackle Pine Forest 2-0 at PHS 0-2. This game will be over by halftime. PHS doesn't have the horses. They should be down in classifications. We talked about that.
Yes.
It's just one of those deals. Scambia, this is going to be an interesting game. Scambia 1-1 at Gulf Breeze 0-1. And I love what Coach Bennett said after the game. He said, we're totally undisciplined. Boy, he just calls a spade, doesn't he?
Does.
He doesn't lie. He doesn't try to mask it. He's exactly right. They just had too many mistakes, too many fumbles, too many penalties.
Well, I have to give Catholic some credit too. They're well coached over there by Matt Adams and his coaching staff over there, and they have good players at Catholic as well.
I'm taking the Scambia over Gulf Breeze. Gulf Breeze, fairly young team, and they just need a little bit of time. They're in the rain, and they're a passing team. So Coach Jeff Gerke, the new coach, his father's a Hall of Fame high school coach out in Central Florida, South Florida. And, this is his second year, first year. So it's going to take, you can't build Rome in a day.
Right.
And so it's going to take him some time. But if it's dry out, they will try to air it out. But I'm taking the Scambia.
Okay. Yes. I had a chance Tuesday night. The freshmen's team played and the JV played at Escambia. And believe it or not, based on what you're saying, I saw at least 40 to 45 players out there at Gulf Breeze that are 9th graders. They had a very solid JV squad. Don't count these guys out just yet.
Yeah.
They're going to be a force to reckon with starting next year.
Yeah, it's a couple years.
And that's why I like to go to JV freshman games. You see the up and coming talent, and we've got some good players coming. They're on the way, folks.
Yep. So Breezer's got a bright future. They struggle a little bit this year. And we talked about the Summy Bowl. All right, Pace 1-1 at West Florida 1-1. Wow. No team wants to go 1-2. 2-1 looks a lot better than 1-2. And that's the deal for the next game, Milton, Washington. But I expect this matchup to be close.
Yes.
I'm looking for a little more consistency on both teams, Hobbs.
Yes, sir.
Because the pace is up and down. You got to be consistent. And can Marquise Jones break through the front seven, the great West Florida running back? Can he break through the front seven and get to the secondary of pace and maybe break 2 long ones?
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right there. Let's look for special teams to be a key in this. We know pace is solid in special teams, and I think West Florida's had some breakdowns. Right now, I have pace at less than a touchdown at 2.5. Should be a very interesting.
I have pace squeaking by West Florida. It's going to be a good game. Another one-on-one matchup that's critical in their race for the districts or the regions is Milton 1-1 at Washington tomorrow night 1-1. I think we're going to this game.
Yes, we are. Matter of fact, this game should be the only one in the city limits. So you have no reason why not to come on out to Booker T. Washington tomorrow night and watch a real good ball game. This was one of the games last year that had to be played in 2 days. This game was played in Milton. Remember, we had that real bad rain, and some people stayed and played, and then some people played the next day. Every team that played at home won. Every team that had some place to go that didn't have some place to go, they got beat. Washington was a loser last year. I kind of look for Booker T to play a little better at home this year. I have the Wildcats -2.5.
I'm right with you, man. I think the Wildcats are going to squeak by at home. Milton only has 2 senior offensive starters, only 3 senior defensive starters. So they're going to be better later on in the year.
Yes.
And they're going to be much better next year and the year after. So I look for Milton to struggle a little bit. Washington gets the win at home. Next one is Franklin County High School at Jay. Now, I don't know much about Franklin County High School, but I know Jay's 2-0, and they're Franklin County's 0-2 and struggling. So I'm picking Jay Royals.
I'm right there with you. I have Jay -6. Franklin County lost to Vernon. And I think if you remember that Jay beat Vernon, maybe the first game of the year, 24-20.
Right.
Well, I think Franklin County turned around and lost to Vernon last week by 3 or less. Really doesn't mean anything, but hey, let's hope the Jay Royals start off 3-0. And Brian Watson, congratulations. Keep it rolling up there.
Yep. And Catholic 2-0 at Fairhope, Alabama 1-1. Now, I don't know much about Fairhope. You may know more than I do, but I know that the Crusaders were missing their all-star wide receiver, Javion Showers, last week with a hamstring. So if he's back this week, he makes a difference. He's a difference maker. Catholic needs him. They lost Kobe Howard and a couple other difference makers back there in the skill position. So Javion Howard brings experience, and I think that makes the difference. I think Catholic takes them by a touchdown.
Ooh, wow, I like that. I like the Crusaders in this by less than 2 points.
Yeah. Oh,
by less than 2 points. And the reason is that Fairhope's 1-1. Their loss came to Chaltahatchee last week, and I think the old Chaltahatchee team showed up last week, and they kind of dominated that. I'm not sure if Choctaw's that good after that performance and pace, or is Fairhope that bad?
Right.
It's kind of like LSU and FSU.
Right.
If you don't think LSU doesn't have a good football team, you're crazy.
Right.
Okay, they're really good. And if you think FSU's going undefeated and walking the dog, it ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
That ain't
just like the
happening
Florida-Utah game to start out last year. Florida looked like a ball of fire.
Right.
All right. So last game, local game. We have 13 local teams here and 8 games on the docket. Rickers 1-1 at Navarre 0-2. And I don't remember the last time I coached against Coach Jay Walls at Navarre many years. I don't remember the last time that they were 0-3 and they're at home for the first time. Navarre gets the win and barely.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I have Navarre -1. Remember, the first game of the year they played Catholic and it went overtime at Navarre.
Right.
So, and then Navarre has a loss to Pine Forest.
Right.
I don't think anybody wanted to play the first 2 games that Navarre played.
Right.
So I have to give Navarre that credit. And right now I'm taking them -1 at home. Like you said, Jay Walls is a heck of a coach over there. But don't count Rickers out. This is going to be a good ball game, folks.
All right, that's a high school wrap up with Coach Hobbs and myself. And now we're going to switch gears and go to college football top 25. I love it. College football. I get so excited. I recapped a little bit of the games last week. Didn't get to watch much of them. But I did watch Utah, Florida. The Gators looked terrible. Just in the first half, penalties, offsides, 2 number 3 jerseys on the field at the same punt return. And on that same punt return, the returner fair catches the ball on the 3-yard line. I mean, come on, man. My high school kids knew not to do that. Put your heels on the 10 and don't back up.
Exactly.
What part of that don't you understand? Then just the jumping off sides, the first play of the game. You don't want a big play, especially the first play of the game. They throw underneath, you come up, make the tackle. Okay, yeah, they got the jitters out, everybody. Free safety. I know he's a freshman, but you got to practice this during the week. When they do the post, they do the square in post behind you. You can't jump that square in. You got to let the linebackers cover it. You got to take your deep third, which is in the middle of the field between the hashes. Corner can't cover the whole field. He's got the outside third. So a lot of people blame it on the corner, but the free safety left. Come on, man. Quit doing it. And then the big number 76 jumps off sides 3 times. My gosh, the transfer from Alabama. No wonder he transferred out of Alabama. They wouldn't let him do that at Alabama. How can you jump off sides 4 times? That's just unexcusable. I mean, just play after play. DB's not getting off blocks. Florida losing contain when they're in man-to-man coverage behind you. That just can't happen. You can't lose contain when you got man-to-man because all the DB's backs are turned towards you. Just on and on. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, because I don't know what your expectations of Florida were. I was not shocked. I didn't hear anything really positive coming out of the spring.
You're right.
I've never heard anything like what I'm hearing coming out of Tallahassee. Florida.
Yes, right.
Florida's looking at a 4 or 5 loss season if they play well.
Right.
That's about all needs to be said for that.
You're right, Hobbs.
We've got too many good things.
We got too many games to pick. Yeah, to worry about Florida.
And we have a potential national champion coming out of the state of Florida.
Georgia 1-0, minus 42, hosting Ball State, 11 a.m. in the SEC. I'm taking Georgia in a roll.
I'll take the points. Give me Ball State.
All right. Michigan 36 over UNLV, 2:30 on CBS. I'm taking UNLV to cover the points.
I like that.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Alabama 7.5, hosting number 11 Texas, 6 o'clock on ESPN. Roll Tide.
I would love to get 7.5. That's probably down a little bit now. I'm taking Alabama at home, reluctantly.
Smart man.
Smart man.
All right, FSU, number 4 in the country, 30.5 favorites over Southern Miss, 7:30 on the ACC. FSU is rolling. I'm taking FSU.
I'm going opposite of you, Coach.
Okay.
I think too many pats on the back this week.
Okay, Ohio State, number 5 in the country, no line. 6 USC, 29.5 point favorite over Stanford, 9:30 at night, late at night. I can watch a game. Stanford, are you really that bad? No, I don't think quite so. That bad. I'm taking Stanford.
I'm with you too.
All right. We're going next line, no line, Penn State, Delaware, Washington, 33.5, hosting Tulsa, 4 o'clock on the Pac-12. I think Tulsa can stay within 33 of Washington.
Who is Washington? Who are they?
I guess that means Tulsa.
Who are they? Give me Tulsa.
Tennessee's no line with Austin P. Notre Dame 7.5. That's all over NC State, 11 o'clock on ABC. I got Notre Dame.
I like Notre Dame in that game as well.
All right, Texas, Utah, number 12. Only 7.5 point favorites at Baylor at 11 on ESPN. I don't understand that one at all, but I'm taking Utah.
I like Utah. I think Baylor, TCU,
Terrible.
That conference, they are awful.
They're awful.
They're awful.
Utah's not that bad.
Right.
All right, Oregon 1-0, 6.5 point favorites against Texas Tech, 6 p.m. on Fox. I'm a believer in Bo Nix. He's a lot different than he was at Auburn, man. I think is just totally 180 degrees. Bo Nix is in the Heisman Trophy. Oregon is scoring at a wicked clip. Texas Tech, I don't think, can keep up.
Go, Bo, go.
Bo knows.
Go, Bo, go.
LSU, no line at Grambling. Kansas State hosting Troy, 16.5, 11 o'clock on FS1. I'm going to hope Troy stays within 16. I'm going with Troy.
Easy money. Give me Troy.
Okay. All right, no line, Oregon State. North Carolina is hosting App State, 4:15 on the ACC network. 18-point favorites over App State. App State always stays tough. I'm taking App State.
Do you remember App State came in and just wrecked Florida State's world?
Everybody.
This is what they're going to do to North Carolina. Ooh. I don't trust it. I don't trust Mac Brown. I don't trust him. I know App State can play. Give me the easy money, App State.
All right, Oklahoma, 16.5 favorites over SMU. I don't know why. I think they'll beat them by 25. I'm taking Oklahoma.
SMU. They're getting better over there. I like it that they have Dallas across the Jersey.
They're still recovering from the 25, 30 years ago.
I'll take the points. Give me SMU.
All right. You're a risk taker. All right. Well, Wisconsin, 6 points hosting Washington State, 6:30 on ABC. I'm taking Washington State.
That game's at Washington State?
No, it's at Wisconsin.
I like Washington State.
Okay, me too. All right, Ole Miss, 7-point favorites at Tulane. I don't know why it's only 7. Lane's going to put up 40. I don't think Tulane can make 30. I'm going Ole Miss.
I think the over and under in that game, Coach, which is very interesting. I think it's around 63.
Whoo!
Come on now. Why not 63? I think
maybe if there's a fumble recovery or a pick 6 or something.
Well, but don't you think Ole Miss could probably score 40?
Absolutely.
Plus, so I like Ole Miss and the over, folks.
All right, good. I like the over pick. Last year I did that. Matter of fact, last year I had the fine 9. And that's why, my record 2 years ago was 73-54. It's just because you only have 8, 9 to 10 picks. This year we're picking, all the top 25 games. It's not going to be as many as we go on, but it's better to pick 9 or 10 games, as evidenced. I went 57% 2 years ago, 58% last year, and I told you last week I'd probably lose this week. We did. We both went 2 games under, 7 and 11.
7 and 11.
Oh. Yeah. So so it's always hard the first week. You don't know the teams at all. All right, which one are we on? We're on
Colorado.
We're on Colorado. Yeah, Colorado, Nebraska. This is a very interesting game. Colorado's only favored by 3 at home, 11 a.m. on Fox. Colorado.
One team's trending up, one team's trending down.
Yeah, that's always a good sign to take the trending up team.
Take the trending
Texas
up
A&M 1-0, Miami. I still not a believer because I believed them in the last year and they killed me last year. Picking Miami. So Texas A&M is good early in the season. Later on, they're not so good. I don't think Miami's got it quite all together, but I think there's a pretty close game. I'm taking Texas A&M really close.
Is this game at Miami?
It's at Texas A&M.
At Texas A&M, they're going to be tough to beat over there with the 14th and 15th man over there. Yeah, give me A&M over there.
All right. Okay, so we got our picks in. Hope you enjoyed our high school recap and our college. We'll get a little bit more in depth in the college picks and the college recaps as the season goes along. But thanks for watching Local Sports Report. We appreciate you guys. Please stay tuned for these great messages. Without all these guys, I don't know what's happening, and I don't know where the brand is gone. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to produce my show, and my wife is ill. So everybody have a great sports weekend. We'll see you soon.
Sir.
So long, everybody.
Enjoy.
There's a reason why Hill Kelly in Pensacola is the #1 selling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer between Jacksonville and New Orleans. While other dealers have taken advantage of a competitive market with higher prices, Hill Kelly has discounted prices to the lowest of the year. And Hill Kelly in Pensacola won't surprise you with excessive charges beyond the selling price. Come see why people from Milton, Pace, Foley, Bay Minette, Daphne, Gulf Shores, Mobile, and beyond are driving to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to buy their next new Chrysler Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. At Hill Kelly, the bottom line price and your satisfaction are what really matter. So before you sign, check the bottom line and make the trip to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to see what true local ownership can do for you. At Hill Kelly Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Highway 29 in Car City, Pensacola. Or shop online 24/7 at hillkellydodge.com. When it comes to bottom line pricing, nobody beats a Hill Kelly deal. Nobody.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We sell fun for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time. Over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded. For over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded. For over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide!